Yo, man. Today is March the 16th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter right now. I'm also live on YouTube as well. We got a ugly 5 game slate today. It's not a lot that I'm liking. I think there's like a little bit of a lag if you guys are watching on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure why. I was trying to mess with some settings a little bit, but typically, I've never had this happen to me before, so not 100% sure what to do. I already restarted my computer, but it's not working, so I'll figure that out. But if you're watching on YouTube, maybe come over to Twitter, uh, and we'll see if it kind of catches up. But I know there's a little lag over on YouTube, but it is what it is. Let's just get into the slate today, see if we can find some spots that we like. Um, I didn't do a banner for a recap of yesterday, but we did get a sweep yesterday. Clippers team total over 118 and a half cash. Celtics Timberwolves under 234 cash easily. De'Aaron Fox saved us on a game winner to keep the Bulls and the Kings under 238. And then the Sixers also cash minus the 2.5. So 4-0 day yesterday. Also talked about playing the Kings. I didn't play them, but they cashed. Also looked towards the Heat. Didn't play them, but they cashed easily against the uh, against the Grizzlies yesterday, and the game went over. I talked about Philly and Cleveland to go over the 220 and a half, I think it was, but I didn't play any of those. So yeah, I'm seeing the board clear right now, clearly, but I don't like the card for today, so I'm not gonna force a lot of things. People been DMing me all day, asking me what I like, what's my favorite plays, yada yada yada. I if I got them, I share them with y'all. That's just I'm not in the business of making some money and then giving it right back to the books though. So if I don't share anything, if I don't have anything that I absolutely love, then I don't share it. I'm not giving you guys plays just because people asking me. I'll tell you guys what I like on the card, and then we can kind of go through it from there. I'll let you guys know what I bet as well, and then we can kind of go through it from there. So let's get into it. Like I said, I know it's messing up over on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure why it's messing up either. Uh, I'm not sure. Let me try. All right. Let's see. All right. It looks like everything back working normal on YouTube now. So, um, real quick. So I'm gonna get to that game in a second, Zach. But yeah, if I'm looking at this game, man, I need Jaden Ivey in if I want to play the total to go over. Like I said, Denver hasn't been playing defense. The Pistons team total is 106.5. Denver hasn't held anybody even close to 106.5 points. And I know, like I said, the Pistons are the worst offense post All-Star break, but I think they should be able to get to 106, 107 points in this one. So that's how I'll be looking to play this game. Uh, I'll be looking towards Detroit team total to go over first quarter, first half, and full game. I don't have any money on it at all, though. I would, like I said, if I play the full game over, I want Jay Navi to be in, though. I do want him to be in. Prop wise, I couldn't talk anybody off Jokic triple double. Dude's been getting one pretty much every single game. It feels like, but this could be the game where where to me it kind of feels like Jamal Murray has a breakout game. He's been the guy that's been struggling offensively for this team. He's gotten to that, he's in a real bad shooting slump right now. And you just go back and look at some of these guards. I didn't even do, a ton of research. It's just eye test for me. The position that, Detroit is struggling with the most is guards. They struggle to stop guards. We just saw Damian Lillard have a triple double. We saw Bradley Beal go crazy the other day. I know Canadian Cam talks about it a lot, but it's something that I've been picking up on as well. Is that this Detroit team, they struggle against guards. So if I'm looking to play this game, I am looking towards playing Jamal Murray points or maybe points plus assists, and I'm also looking at maybe even his threes, and I'm also looking at Denver team totals. But I didn't play anything in this game if I'm being honest with you guys. So that's what I'm on in the first one. I see that I'm still freezing on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but I'm gonna just keep going. Next game is Sacramento and Brooklyn. Not a game I'm really interested in. Sacramento, it looks like they're catching 2.5 points. So road dogs yet again. They are coming off a road dog win last night. So second leg of a back-to-back. They did beat the Chicago Bulls in regulation on the buzzer beater three-pointer from De'Aaron Fox. This Brooklyn team, first game back home after a 5-game road trip. They've also just been kind of fluctuating between winning and losing. They've been doing more winning than losing, but they did, kind of let up off the gas in the second half of that game against OKC 2 nights ago. So they had a 6-point lead, I think, at halftime, and then just couldn't score, couldn't get a stop either. So Brooklyn's a really tough team to kind of figure out. They played well on Sunday against Denver, but it should be a flat spot. Typically, teams coming back home off a 5-game, 4-game road trip typically have a flat spot early. Sacramento can get it done today. I do feel like they can get it done, but they're going to have to defend. Total in this one is up to 238. We played the under last night. I didn't touch the total today just because Sacramento is 4-1-1 to the over on the second leg of a back-to-back. So, they tend to play even less defense than they do on the first leg of a back-to-back. And we know Sacramento is one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. So I didn't get involved in this one. I didn't get involved with the total. I do feel like, it might be a spot where you can catch a live line on Sacramento. Maybe if they go down big, we know that they have an elite offense. So they'll definitely, keep the game close and be able to battle back even if they do go down big in this one. So I didn't play anything. If I'm looking at a player prop, I do think that there's probably a little value on a guy like Mikal Bridges, just because, you get this really elite offense on the opposite side of the ball. So somebody on Brooklyn's going to have to step up. They're going to have to play well. I see Frag just requested up. It reminds me a lot of what Frag talked about yesterday, and I 100% validated what he said. He was talking about Steph Curry. So anytime Steph Curry's in a road game, you automatically want to look at his points to go over. I talked about it yesterday. It was one of the reasons why I rode with Frag on that play. Steph is now 8 of 9 to go over his points prop in the last 9 road games. And it correlates well, right? You get Golden State, who sucks on defense, especially when they're on the road. At home, they go under. On the road, they go over. So Steph's going to have to be the guy that's going to, score the points, right? Especially when you got, elite perimeter defenders on the wing like a Paul George and a Kawhi Leonard to slow down Klay Thompson. So it made perfect sense. His points being at 27.5 last night was a gift. I think he had it in the third quarter. I see the same thing in this type one, right? The Kings are the Golden State Warriors pretty much for the most part, right? If you're going to stay in the game it's not going to be because you slow them down. They have the number one offensive rating post All-Star break. They're scoring the most points. They're averaging 123. They lead the offensive statistical categories in pretty much everything. So if you're going to keep up with Sacramento, you're going to have to somebody on Brooklyn going to have to score. And I think, with Kings being on the second leg of a back-to-back, their starters played heavy minutes last night. I'll be looking at Mikal Bridges. He's going to be the guy that's going to shoot the ball the most. I think his threes are sitting at 2.5. He's been over that number, I think, 3 of his last 6-7 games, and he's chucking them up. You guys can look at the box score. Kings also allow I think their bottom 3 in threes allowed and threes made and 3-point percentage. If you go look, and Brooklyn, same thing. Brooklyn defense against the 3 is absolutely horrendous as well. So this should be a high-scoring game. I didn't touch the total. I didn't take a prop, but if I had to take one, I'd be looking at Mikal Bridges threes. I'd be looking at his points to go over. I think it's 25.5, 26.5. Feels like a game where he should get to 30, and couldn't talk anybody off Spencer Dinwiddie either. Spencer Dinwiddie should have a pretty good game in this one on the opposite side as well. But I didn't play anything in the game. Like I said, I just want to I just want to see what I see, and then maybe I'll find something that I like. I don't want to play the game pre-game. So I didn't play anything in that one, but top looks will be Mikal Bridges over his points, over his threes. And somebody on the Kings probably gonna hit 5 threes too. I just have no idea who it's gonna be because Brooklyn 3-point defense is terrible. Next game, OKC and Toronto. I got a really, really strong lean towards OKC plus the points in this one. I also like this game to go over the total. I know the money's coming in on the under. It went from 231.5 down to 230.5, but it's not the strongest look. Toronto is a team that's going over the total in a lot of their games with their home favorites, and conversely, OKC is going over on the road because they're scoring more points than anticipated by the books in that spot, and they perform well as a dog. OKC for the second year in a row has been the second, been the best road team as a dog this season. I forgot what the numbers are. I think it's something like 19-7-1. I don't have my notes right in front of me. But OKC performs well on the road. Toronto is coming off a pretty impressive win against the Denver Nuggets in their last game. So we'll see if they can back up success with success. Like I said, I don't really like the card today, so I didn't play anything. But I do. This is what I do want to tell you guys. If I'm playing anything in this game, and Captain Zach put it on, he got it in the YouTube comment section, is Jakob Poeltl double-double. He said, I mentioned it on Ronald's show earlier. I agree. OKC been giving it up to big men lately. So Jakob Poeltl double-double, I think, is like plus 105 on some sports books. Definitely check or shop around, especially if you're using multiple sports books. Get it at the best line. Poeltl's been good, man. He's been good since joining this team. They'll use him in there just for his ability to be able to rebound the ball. I looked at this Brooklyn defense. The OKC defense post All-Star break. They've given up about 5 double-doubles. I'm not sure how many games they played post All-Star break, but they've given up a lot of double-doubles already. Nicholas Claxton just had one. Lloyd Marketing had one. I can't remember all the names, and I didn't write all that down. But Jakob Poeltl double-double would be my top look in this game. I also think it's a big game for Fred VanVleet. I know he's coming off a big game, which kind of scares me just a tad bit. But Fred VanVleet is the guy that chucks up the most shots for this team. His points are at 20.5. To me, it feels like a game where he could go for 30. And one of the things I looked at was OKC when they're playing against teams, just post All-Star break, looking at guards play against them. Like, guards have absolutely kind of crushed this team. Real quick, I want to pull it up just so I can share this with you guys. And I didn't play this, but I got it sitting in my bet slip. So looking at just past All-Star game, just past All-Star break, specifically at point guards that are playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to tell you guys who has done what. So we got, hold on. Post All-Star break, guards versus Oklahoma City Thunder. So this is what we got guard-wise. We got Steph, who hit him for 40. He also had 7 assists. Devin Booker had 34.5 over 2 games. He's also averaging 6 assists in those 2 games. De'Aaron Fox had 33 and 8 assists. CJ McCollum had 26 and 8 assists. Dennis Schroeder, 26 points and 6 assists. Jordan Clarkson, 21 and 9 assists. So to me, I think if you combine the two, if you just look at Fred VanVleet points plus his assists, we know that he's been going over his assists pretty much in every single game post All-Star break. So I think the Fred VanVleet points plus assists is probably the second top spot. I never really play 2 props in the same game, but OKC has been vulnerable on the defensive end, specifically the guards and specifically the big men. And with Fred VanVleet, he's a boom or bust type player. If you play his points at 20.5, you might as well sprinkle on the 25. You might put a little, tenth of a unit on the 30 as well, because he has that, that capability of really going off. And I just kind of read the numbers to you guys, of other really strong guards, that's kind of just killed this team so far post All-Star break. So that's the way I'd be looking to play the game. Lean to OKC plus the points. Also lean towards the over. Like Jakob Poeltl double and Fred VanVleet to go over his points plus assists. I would look at both of those. So that's what I got there. Indiana and Milwaukee, not a game I'm really interested in at all. You do see the total go up from 235 to 238, 237.5. It's even a 238.5 on the board. To me, that implies that we don't have. I don't think we have confirmation yet, but to me, that implies that that Halliburton probably gonna be back. Buddy Hield played in the last game, but also that Miles Turner is probably gonna be back as well. One thing I'll tell you guys, I don't know if people paying attention to this, but the Indiana Pacers are 3-13 straight up without Tyrese Halliburton this season. The Indiana Pacers are pretty much the same team. They might be worse than the Spurs without Tyrese Halliburton. He means that much to this team. I mean, like, when I say night and day, I mean like night and day. This guy means so much to their offense. Post All-Star break, the Pacers have lost to the Detroit Pistons, and they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, the 2 worst teams in the NBA outside of the Houston Rockets. What do those losses have in common? That both of them came without Tyrese Halliburton. So he's tremendous to this team, to this spread. You see the line going down. To me, that's only indicative of him playing. He did go through practice yesterday, but I don't really have any interest in this game. I think it could be a little bit of a letdown spot, just because the Milwaukee Bucks are coming off that West Coast trip where they play some really tough competition. They beat they lost to the Golden State Warriors. They beat the Sacramento Kings, and then they beat the Phoenix Suns as well. So, and they own this Indiana Pacers team. They won something like 9-10 in a row as well. When these teams played earlier this season, Tyrese Halliburton wasn't in, and that was probably Indiana's best offensive game. But Milwaukee also just didn't come out there really focused on the defensive end. I remember taking the under in that game, and I lost because the Bucks decided to not play defense. I think that was actually on MLK Day. And you see the Bucks just, they can score whenever they want to. There are some injury implications in this game. I think Brook Lopez is listed as questionable. Also, Jay Crowder is also listed as questionable. So for all those reasons, I always talk about this. If it's not a game that I know who's playing and the people that, have the potential to sit or to play are, big, indicators of the spread or the total, it's a game that I typically stay away from. So I'm sorry for wasting that much time on it. So I'm not looking to play the game at all, Indiana or Milwaukee. Like I said, the spread kind of indicates that the game that Tyrese Halliburton is going to play. The total also indicates that Tyrese Halliburton is going to play, because the Pacers they probably could lose to a couple of these NCAA teams playing today without Tyrese Halliburton and without Miles Turner. So that's what I got there. And then the Orlando and Phoenix game. Shout out to my guy Ronald. I see him in the chat. We did live cap this one because I didn't have a lot that I liked today. But one thing, a play that I am making official is Orlando and Phoenix to go under the total for the full game. You guys see it at, look like it opened at 228.5. It's down to 228. It's still some 228.5s out there as well. So definitely get the best number. If you can grab a 228.5, grab the 228, because the difference between that is if it lands on 228 and I get a 228, then I get a push, which returns my money. But if you get a 228.5, and it lands on 228, then you cash. So definitely, get the best of the number. I just, simply put, without looking at a lot of, trends or queries or anything like that, Orlando, they typically bounce back well coming off an ATS loss. There's something like 11-1 to the under. This team was a 7-point favorite that lost by 13, I think, in their last game against the San Antonio Spurs. It's a horrible team, man. When you every time it seems like Orlando's a favorite, they get smashed. Every time they're a dog, it seems like they play well. So I do anticipate them to be able to match up with this Phoenix Suns team today. Devin Booker should absolutely eat. They don't have anyone that can guard him, but Phoenix is still missing a lot of their offense. We know Chris Paul likes to slow down the pace as well. And then on the opposite side, you look at this Phoenix team. Phoenix should be in a spot where they're highly motivated, coming off 2 losses. They lost to the Bucks, and then they also lost to Golden State in a triple revenge spot in Golden State as well. So I expect them to come out, lead with their defense first. I expect Orlando to come out, struggle to score, but also be able to limit this Phoenix Suns team, from scoring as many points as we see, this total set at today. So my favorite play today is the under in this game. Orlando and Phoenix under 228 and a half, wherever you can get the number at. And then that's it. I didn't play any player props. I didn't look at any player props in that game. So I'll just give you guys a quick recap. And I think the reason why I hadn't really been changing the banners is because YouTube been tripping. So I hadn't really messed with the banners at all. Hadn't even put a banner up at all. But let's see if I can. I'll work on putting that up at the bottom. And then if you guys got any comments, I'll try to get to the comment section. Anybody else with any plays they want to share, just send me a request. I'll try to get up as many people as I possibly can in about the next 20-25 minutes. So best bet of the day, I'm going Orlando and Phoenix. Like I said, I don't really like the card today. I'm not going crazy on any of this, but I am taking Orlando and Phoenix under the 228 and a half. Put that at the bottom. I'm also going to put just a tad bit of a sprinkle. It won't be a big play because I feel like props have been trash lately for me. Even though we did cash 2 yesterday, I rolled with Frag yesterday. I also rolled with NBA props yesterday on Josh Giddey. I'm not Josh Giddey. Austin Reeves. I guess they kind of look alike. Austin Reeves to go over his 3.5 assists, and I rolled with Frag on Steph to go over his 27.5 points. Both of those did cash. I like the analysis on both of those. Both of those did cash. If I'm playing any prop today, it's going to be Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl double. And then same game, which I typically don't like to do, Fred VanVleet to go over his 20.5 points would be my other prop in that game. And like I said, the Denver and Detroit game, the total is going up. I liked it at 228.5. But the news with Jaden Ivey, I'm just scared to take this Denver team without Jaden Ivey. He's super aggressive. He doesn't like to tank. This dude likes to, go out there and try to score as many points as he possibly can. And get his teammates involved. And if I got to rely on Killian Hayes solely to do that, it does kind of give me a little bit of cause for pause in that one. So I saw the news report that just came out about 30 minutes ago. Well, about 20 minutes ago, that it looks like Ivy, even if he does play today, he's going to be limited in his, in his role today. So let's see. Unlikely to see, quote, big minutes, unquote, Thursday, if cleared to play, per Coach Dwayne Casey. So for that reason, I don't like the total to go over as much. I think more so you just look towards the Denver side. You look towards Denver team total. First quarter, first half, full game. It all should kind of correlate. If Jaden Ivey's not out there, they should turn the ball over a little bit more as well. I also think this is a 3rd and 4 for Detroit as well. I know that they played, they beat the Pacers on the second leg of a back-to-back, had to go to DC. They only had 1 day off, so this is a 3rd game in 4 nights for them as well. And this team is so depleted, man. They just don't have a lot right now. So I'm looking at Denver team total specifically to go over in this spot. Excuse me, but it's nothing that I played. Sacramento, Brooklyn, top play in that game would be Mikal Bridges over his 25.5 points. It feels like a game where he's just going to have to go bunkers the same way Steph typically does when he's on the road, because Sacramento is a bottom 10 defensive team. So Bridges is going to take the most shots in my estimation. I think he scores the most points, and I would look at him to go over his points prop, but it's nothing that I played. Toronto, OKC, Jakob Poeltl double-double for me in that game. Fred VanVleet to go over his 20.5 points. These are smaller plays, just so you guys know. Like I said, props been really killing me. Every time I take one, tend to go the opposite way, no matter what the analysis is, no matter how sharp of the look it is, whatever. So I do like those two, though. Jakob Pertl, double-double for Evan Fleet, over 20.5. I got those posted at the bottom. Indiana, Milwaukee, not touching it. Orlando and Phoenix under the 228. So those are the three best bets of the day for me. You guys can see them at the bottom. If you guys could like the tweet, retweet the show, share the show, all that good stuff, especially if you guys have been cashing with me recently as well. And let's see what else we got in the chat real quick before I kick it over to YouTube. John said Giddy triple-double is worth a sprinkle. Ben Taylor is one of the refs in Toronto tonight. Be careful with Fred VanVleet. Oh, Lord, I did not think about that. God, they gave Ben Taylor that job again? Why would you give Ben Taylor the job in Toronto tonight, bro? No other games he could ref. It's 5 other games on. It's 4 other games. We don't give him I did not know that, bro. So take that with a grain of salt. Fred VanVleet might get kicked out in the first quarter with Ben Taylor being the ref. I hadn't looked at that, but I appreciate if that's true. I appreciate y'all sharing that with me. Let's see what else. Doug and D said, "Let's go, Chris. I'm feeling the Jokic triple-double." Yeah, I couldn't talk anybody off Jokic triple-double. Dude, pretty much at this point, he's averaging a triple-double. Nuggets and Pistons over for Alfonso. OKC +8, -140. Excuse me. Kings team total under 118. Okay. I'm not stepping in front of the Kings. Best of luck with you there, Alfonso. Let's see. Yeah, I put all those leans in one big parlay, big cash. Jalen Williams is a money maker. 19.5 points plus assists is a steal, in my opinion. Okay. Edwards cash late for me last night. Chris was close. Herder over threes. I could see Herder over his threes. I know Herder had a big game last night, so it could be a Keegan Murray night tonight. But I do somebody gonna hit. I mean, it could be 53s made in that game tonight. Honestly, you're looking at 2 of the worst three-point defenses post All-Star break all season long. All that. Neither one of those teams can defend the 3-point line. Campaign 10 for 15, great value versus Orlando Magic. Can't forget the drama between those two teams. Shea is from Canada as well. We'll look for him to go over his points. That's an interesting point, Glow Boy. I was actually listening to their coach speak just about 20 minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago before I started the show, and they were talking about just Shea, but also I think Dort's from Canada as well, and the reception that they typically get when they come back. Shea hasn't had an extremely strong game against them, though. We know that his points prop has been, like relatively high because he is a superstar in the league now. But I don't know. I couldn't talk you off of it, but we'll see what he tries to do tonight. I'm pretty sure, he might play with a chip on his shoulder, a little bigger chip on his shoulder. I was trying to listen to something and see if I found something in the interview. I couldn't really hear. It's like a 17-minute interview. I couldn't listen to the whole thing. I had to start the show. But yeah. And I think that's it. Sean says he likes Spencer Dinwiddie over his rebounds plus assists at 13.5. I saw they jacked his assists up because the Kings give up the most assists to point guards. They jacked his assists all the way up to 9.5 on most books. So I couldn't get there with that, but he has been dishing. He's definitely been dishing. Jamal Murray double-double. I couldn't talk anybody off Jamal Murray. Like I said, I like Jamal Murray. I like him a lot. So let me get to some of the requests, man. Let me see if I can get Cam up. I know he's been trying to get up the last couple of days. His phone been acting crazy. So I'm going to come to him first, and then Frag, get my guy Frag back up, and then I'm going to get to, the other requests as well. See if I can get Cam up. He's spinning, Cam. It ain't working, man. Frag, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
I'm good, Frag. Best hey, Frag, you did all right last night, man. Let me see. You had what you had? You had Mitchell 26.5?
Yeah, that didn't hit. I went 3 for 3 on official plays here, but I had sprinkled on. I went with Al Horford after the news went in with Gobert.
Okay, got you.
So I ended up going 4 and 3 on the day. The big letdown was D-Mitch, man. He just looked disinterested. Not a lot of drop coverages I was seeing, and Joel Embiid was just a menace on the glass like this. There was no layup opportunities, just nothing.
Yeah, Philly definitely came to play yesterday for sure. What you looking at today though, Fred? Hey, your Steph play, boy. You talking about non-sweat? That was super non-sweaty. I was watching this guy go bonkers last night.
Yeah, the funny thing is, they had hanged. I've been live betting recently a lot. They had hanged 34 and a half at halftime. He had 20. I put a half unit on that too, and he cleared it by the end of the third. So Steph really he came through and paid the full.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing like taking a bet. That's almost like two bets in the same game. Like he done hit his line already, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet it again.
Yeah,
I love it. What you liking tonight, Brett?
I got a couple plays here today. So first play I'm gonna go with. I'm going Jokic, man, 22 and a half. I just think this is too low, man. I just think against the Pistons, it's just honestly just if he wants to score. I mean, Mike Malone came out talked about them not really them kind of just front running as far as just not playing good these last couple games. So I look for them to smack up the Pistons pretty badly today. So Jokic 22 and a half. Not really much analysis on that one. And then Jakob Poeltl, I'm actually on his PR today. I like to look by. You have mentioned somebody's name. It went over my head, but I like his PR. I think it's 23 and a half. I think it was Cam that said it or somebody. They had got him to play like they're actually playing. It's not just he gonna just play 15, 20 minutes and then he gonna be stashed off in the bench. They're playing for something. They got to try to get him to play in. It's a great matchup. I think he can get 24 points, rebounds. And then last two plays, I'm going. I'm thinking about putting another one, but I'm going first quarter for Suns -2.5. I just think they got to start off good here against Orlando. I mean, this is they got to win here. I think this could be a trifecta spot. It's just I'm kind of concerned with the offense. I just don't see a lot of scoring. I think DA could have a good game as far as not even getting in foul trouble. He had Giannis last game, so I mean I think Wendell. I'm not sure if Wendell's playing yet. Wendell's in, so. But he doesn't, pose that much of a threat towards DA as far as foul trouble, I think. So I think first quarter for them. And then also I'm going to go campaign here, 8.5 points. I watched him last game against the Bucks. I think he's the guy. If there's any guy on that team, I know Kogi and, all them other, Kogi had a nice little run, but he exerts a lot of effort on defense and crashing the glass. And him and Torrey Craig have been getting banged up a lot lately, especially guarding these big guys. So I think he's going to have his hands full with Moncaro and Wagner. So I think campaign 8.5. I just think it's too low. I think he's a real spark plug coming off the bench. I think this could be a first half cash, maybe 2 threes, and then get a layup. I really think he could really help him as far as. And then Chris Paul too, kind of just getting up there in age. Some other guys got to step up, man. Chris Paul has been in the league long enough. I think it's time for other people to do it. I like Depot 30.5, but that could be a live look maybe. That's pretty much my place for
Okay. Frag. So Jokic over 22.5 points. Jakob Poeltl 23.5 points plus rebounds, which I like. Suns first quarter minus the 2.5, and campaign over the 8.5 points.
Yeah, correct.
Let's do it, Frag. Let's do it, man. I like the looks, man. I hope you cash them. Appreciate you sharing them too.
Yeah, and then if I could just get this one question out, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I like when you ask the questions, bro. What you got?
So I was just looking at as far as the Toronto game, I'm trying to see like what's the as far as because there's a couple good defenders on OKC. Like Jordan Williams are pretty good defensively, and then you got OG. And then Pascal and Scotty, I feel like it's just a lot of defensive people out there. If any, you said you had like the Fleet, right?
Yeah, I like Fred. Fred.
Okay. I was wondering, what do you think about Gary Trent, 12.5? Just kind of going up, maybe going up against the second unit type players, maybe.
I think. Honestly, Fred, I feel like Gary Trent is, since they put him in that bench role, because sometimes it takes a while to kind of adjust to that. He's struggled. So it's boom or bust with him. If he gets you 12.5, he could potentially get you 20. You know what I mean? Because because of his ability to be able to shoot the ball. So I would probably ladder him. You know what I mean? Like I would probably go, half unit on his 12.5 because he's boom or bust, and then quarter unit on the 15 and the 20 if I was gonna play him.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I couldn't talk you off of him though, Fred. When I used to, when I was like doing ladders and playing like role players, especially that have that that capability, like him, because I mean he could get you 12.5 in the first half if he gets hot. And with the way that Toronto offense struggles at time, Coach Nick Nurse gonna roll with the hot hand, especially if you out there scoring and you playing defense. So, yeah, he a boomer bust type player, definitely a boomer bust type player, Fred.
Well, appreciate you having me up. Hope everybody has a good day. And if Cam is having trouble again, I can just put his plays out if he did. I'll be here.
Yeah, okay. Now that'll work. That will work. I'm gonna see if I can get him connected. Let me come to my guy Finesse and see if I can get Prop back up and get Jay Jones back up. What up, Finesse?
Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. How about yourself, man?
Another day. I'll be quick. I think it's a little bit of a weird slate. I think there's a lot of ball potential, so I'm keeping it light. I'm still kind of digging into shit, but one play I love is Killian Hayes under. We made a lot of money on that so far this year. I think the line that I got is a gift. I mean, under 13.5 points, minus 120 on FanDuel. Not sure what it's at now. I don't mind a 12.5. That's what that's available. Like I said, we've been cashing this. We've cashed this a couple times. I think it's a great matchup. I think there's just so many ways for him to go under this line. Hold on, let me get to my shit. Yeah, so Jaden Ivey set to return from health and safety. That's huge. Obviously, a big usage guy. Ball's going to be in his hands a lot. He's going to jack up a lot of shots, especially with the other injuries Detroit's still dealing with. Like I said, huge ball potential. This line was 12.5, 13 last night. It's already all the way up to 15, minus 15 to Denver. Hayes has just been terrible, especially at home. Over his last 12 home games, just 7.7 points per game. Only 30% shooting from the floor, so absolutely horrific. He's only covered this line in 2 of his last 12 home games, and one of those was, I think, last game or the game before without Jaden Ivey still. Detroit has almost all of their guards healthy. Magruder's healthy, Corey Joseph. Like I said, they get Ivey back, and they just picked up RJ Hampton, who's playing a decent amount of minutes. So there's just so many ways for him to go under this line, even if he does get value, if he gets 12 to 15 shots. I mean, he's been an absolute brick, especially at home. So, yeah, even if he gets the value, I still like him to go under. So I like that under 13.5 points for Killian Hayes. I see my man MJC just popped in the chat. So he's on Malik Monk. He cashed Malik Monk's full threes ladder yesterday, so shout out to him. He's running it back with him today. I'm going to tell him on that. The Brooklyn versus Sacramento is going to be extremely high pace. Going to be a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities for everybody. It's just a dream prop game. So I like Malik Monk over the 1.5 threes. I think the value is going to be there. I think with no Trey Lyles, they might, fuck around and play Harrison Barnes more at the 4, opening up more minutes for guards. I think that's a possibility. So I do like Malik Monk. I think he's going to get 5, 6 3-point shots. I think he knocked down 2 of those. I haven't finalized it yet, but in the same game, I do like Nick Claxton. I got to kind of zone in on what exactly I'm going to do. I think I'm leaning towards 2 blocks and 8+ points. I think that's what I'm going to go with. He did not hit the 2+ blocks last game, I think, but still an incredible hit rate over the last 10 games over the course of the season. He had 5 blocks last time out for Sacramento. Excuse me. Sacramento's not giving up a lot of blocks, but this guy is just an athletic freak. Like I said, it's going to be a fast-paced game, a lot of shots there to beat blocks. So I like his 2+ blocks. I think I'm going to play with 8+ points to get it at good odds. Yeah, and that's it. So Killian Hayes under 13.5. I'm riding my man MJC Locks over Malik Monk over 1.5 threes. And I like Nick Claxton if you want to go PRA or whatever the hell. I like it over Claxton. So that's it for me, bro. I appreciate it.
Nah, absolutely, Finesse. Appreciate the looks, bro. So yeah, I like them too. Even with Jaden Ivey returning today, it's still gonna eat into Killian Hayes minutes. And there's the other part about that is, it's tough to say. We can't predict the future. But if Denver really wanted to come out here and like make an example of what they can be and like remind all of us why they're the number one seed in the Western Conference, they could absolutely come out here and lock this team. They could lock this Detroit Pistons team up. Like,
I agree. And you got the Dwayne Casey. There's always a Dwayne Casey factor. You know what I'm saying? He might fucking run and make sure the starters I have, play weird rotation. So I always take that into consideration. I'm not taking any Detroit overs, but I love Detroit unders.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, yeah. No, I like the looks, Finesse. Like the looks, bro. Appreciate you sharing those. Let me kick it to Prop, NBA Props, and then Jay Jones. I'm coming to you. Kosai, I'm coming to you next. What up, Prop? I'm good, man. Appreciate you dropping back in today, man. Austin, Mr.
2 days in a row
I
now.
was gonna say you on the streak, man. What you dropped some fire yesterday. What you got for us today?
Yeah, man. No, it's a perfect little segue from what Vanessa mentioned. I'm big on Claxton today. I double dipped on him. I went 11.5 points and 20. Let me check real quick. 23.5 PRA. I feel those numbers are way too low. Obviously, high pace spot, and the kicker is just how Jock Bond's got these guys playing recently and gelling. And I don't know if you saw the quote after the OKC game when he gave them like Nick Nurse level minutes to the starters. He's saying it was psychologically challenging his team before the playoffs, and it makes sense. He's trying to get as many minutes on the floor with this core that he's got going. That's it's been impressive. Right before the playoffs, I can only see them getting regular minutes again. They had a day of rest. Kings are off. Second leg back to back. In a tough battle against Chicago on their East Coast swing. Like that's not easy spot for them. Tight spread. But what's also really impressive is Claxton recently, with his minutes that he's been getting a bit more opportunity. If I take a look at these numbers real quick, last 4 games for 11.5 points, he's only gone under once. He got 11 points against, don't see who it is here. Anyway, just a quick screenshot. So he had 12 in his last game, 20 points in his game prior to that, 11 and 18. So he's been getting his not necessarily his shots up, but he's been getting run, and he's on the floor and he's getting volume, which, again, the Kings can't really go small. And if they do, it's going to be it's going to be Trey Lyles out there, and I think there'll be a bit of a mismatch for DFS, although DFS can handle his own. But I'm thinking they need Claxton out there to deal with Sabonis, obviously. He's going to get heavy minutes as well. But also with that, in the past, see real quick, sorry. In the past 19 or 20 straight games, centers that have played over 28 minutes against this Kings squad, they've gone over the 23.5 PRA every game. And that's not like, these aren't like stars. We got like Vucevic, we got Willie Hernan Gomez, we've got Hurdle when he was playing with the Spurs. We've got Montrezl Harrell. We got Thomas Bryant.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he should be in for a big game today. I got you.
Look, I know it helps, right? It helps the cap. It helps, comparing these numbers, and it shows how vulnerable, although how good Sabonis is offensively, they're vulnerable at the rim, and they like to, they're not good defensively, right? At the beginning of the season, they kind of restrict 3-point shooting, but now it's kind of almost like a free for all. It's what's the word I'm looking for here? A boat race. That's right. We were talking about the other day yesterday against Sacramento, how Levine could hit his number. DeMar would offer 33. He can hit his number, which we also catch, by the way. Humble brag right there. But he, this Kings team doesn't. It's all gas, no brakes, right? And Brooklyn Nets are a bit of a slower pace. At least they were. Now they're starting to get the tempo up with McCall and Spencer at the helm. I can only see Claxton with those minutes and this pace and the vulnerability at the rim for Sacramento, and that history that I just gave you about the 29 players or 20 players who logged 28 minutes or more, and the success they've had, and the whole Jacques Vaughn,
ramping up these players and gelling together with psychologically challenging them with these minutes. Like, I can only see Claxton have an excellent game tonight.
Okay, I like it. I mean, the analysis is great and it's spot on too, Prop. So, yeah, I mean, you target that Kings defense yesterday. You go back to it today, man. We were definitely right about DeRozan too. Like, not being surprising that DeRozan being the one going for 30. I didn't even play it, but a lot of people was on Levine. I love the pivot, bro. Love the pivot, like the Claxton look today as well. NBA Prop.
And I also played prior to Fred getting on here. That Jokic looked 22.5 is a bit too low. Detroit, I mean, what's there to say about Detroit, really? Like, I think you can get this in a half, 3/4. 22.5 points is a bit too low. I did half a unit on 22.5 points. I did the other half of 22.5 points in a Denver win. This Denver team is reeling a little bit. I think they've lost 4 or 5 in a row on the road. Like, this is a perfect spot for them to just smash. And I'm sure, like, I know Jokic doesn't care about the MVP stuff, but he does care about winning. So that's why I threw Denver in there. But that being said, like, Embiid's laying down a marker. I'm sure, ego comes into play. I know, like we said, Jokic doesn't care, but he probably does care a little bit.
Yeah.
We're honest. And against Detroit, it's like the perfect spot to just smash. So
yeah,
I took those 2 for half a unit each as well.
Nice. Love the looks, bro. I appreciate you sharing them, man. Let's get some more cash tonight for sure.
Thanks for having me up, man. Cheers.
Absolutely. Let me kick it to Jay, and then I'm gonna come to Kosaya, and then Stefan and Cam as well. What's up, Jay? How you doing today, bro?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Trying to cash, bro. What about you?
Same thing, man. Same thing. We had a good day yesterday. Last time I came up here, I want to say 2 days ago, I gave out Siakam, and he didn't show up. He's just in a bad little stretch right now. So I'm looking to give the people a bounce back today on your show. I see a lot of people. I mean, everybody's been talking about this, this Kings game, Kings and Nets game. I like Sabonis in this spot, man. I like Sabonis a lot in this spot. I took a 2-leg parlay with him. I took him for 15.5 points and parlayed that with 12 rebounds. Sabonis, he's coming off of a back-to-back 17 rebound games. And then you look at this Brooklyn team. Over the last 15, they're giving up the second most rebounds to the center position at 18.3 per game. He's had, on back-to-backs as well. He's had 13 plus rebounds in 7 out of 10 this season. 13 plus rebounds in 3 out of the last 4 road games. You look at some recent bigs. You got Jokic that gave him 35 and 20. Rudy Gobert gave him 26 and 13. Brook Lopez gave him 24 and 10. Al Goon gave him 16 and 12. Mark Williams 14 and 10. Mitchell Robinson played fucking 25 minutes and gave him 13 and 10. And that guy has no offensive bag at all whatsoever. And he still gave him 13 and 10. And now you're giving me some bonus. I think he has a big game tonight. On back-to-backs this season, he's averaging 19.8 in his last 5 games, covered this number in 8 out of the last 10, 24, 20, 22, 17, 16, 20, 21, 19. And then as far as the rebounds, 14, 13, 17, 20, 14, 14, 14. So you're giving me, Sabonis, who is a willing rebounder, to go out there. I don't think he has a problem getting rebounds tonight. And then as far as scoring the ball, I think that they could, they can run with Sabonis tonight. He's been a little bit more aggressive as of late, so I absolutely love Sabonis tonight. I think he has a big game. And then I heard you mention Fred VanVleet. I love him tonight as well. You look at OKC; they're allowing the second most threes to the point guard position over the last 15 games. He's had 3+ threes in 5 straight games, which then date back to 2019. 3+ threes in 4 out of his last 5 home games, including 64% of his home games this season. You got Devontae Graham shot 4 for 11, CJ McCollum 4 for 7, Chris Paul 4 for 5, Steph shot 10 for 16, Schroeder 3 for 6. So I like Fred tonight as well. I think he's going to be shooting the ball. I know Ben Taylor's going to be the ref, but Fred's going to play his game. So at the end of the day, but play of the day is definitely Sabonis. I think he has a monster game tonight, so that's who I'll be rocking with for sure.
Okay, let's cash it, Jay. Best of luck to you tonight, man. Let me kick it to, I think, Kosai, you next, and then Stefan and Cam. What up? Am I pronouncing that right, Kosai?
Yeah, man, it's like basically my first time middle name, so I ain't gonna worry about it. But I didn't even want to share my play after I forgot who Finesse killed Killian Hayes. That's like part of my play, baby. I was gonna play Killian Hayes turnovers tonight, which I'm still gonna do it anyways. I know Jaden Ivey's gonna come back and everybody worry about his minutes, but if you look at his turnovers, I think it's at 2.5 right now. At plus, I think on MGM it's like plus 105 or it's either 105 or minus 115. But the last five games, he's had 5 turnovers in 3 of those games. And then the Nuggets starting point guard has had over 3 turnovers in the last 5 games against them. And even with Jaden Ivey, with Killian Hayes playing, he's had 3 turnovers or more in his last 5 games with Ivey. So I'm on Killian Hayes turnovers tonight. I like the kid though. You know, I'm French. You know, he's French as well, so he's good. So you know, the finesse, like he made me feel good. Like I ain't even want to share this, man. But I'm on his turnovers tonight. I like everybody else's looks. Everything sounds good, so I'm gonna parlay that with something else. But I'm on his turnovers tonight.
Oh man, I love it. I love it because, bro, it's funny. It's only funny because I find myself doing the same thing, man. You know, like I'm trying to make money, bro. I don't care about feelings, you know. Like, so I feel like I find myself like telling people, like, yeah, I like this team, or I like this player, but tonight I'm betting against them. You know what I mean? So, nah, it's only funny because I definitely heard myself in you saying that, like, bro, I'm French, he French, like. That's funny, bro. I like that, man. I like that a lot. I faded the Kings against the Bucks the other day. It was like, yo, I like the Kings. Like, I think they're a good team, but I'm not taking them tonight against the Bucks. Like, you know, same thing with the Cavs last night. I'm like, I like the Cavs. I don't want to fade them at home, but tonight I think Philly the better team. So, yeah, man, that's funny, bro. Hope you cash it, man. Appreciate you sharing the look, man. Absolutely. Yeah, Stephen, you next, bro. What's going on? I'm good, man. I'm good. Trying to find some cash. I found a couple looks that I like, man. Hopefully they cash, man. I'm trying to keep it going.
Hey, by the way, first of all, shout out secondary, Frag, props, and that's everybody. Like, day in and day out. Like, y'all just come in and bring great information.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, bro. Nah, you good?
Yeah, so the question I had was, the fact that I'm in, but it's just, I don't know, you see something sometimes and, like, you get scared, like, why is the Montes bonus, like, everyone's already did an excellent job breaking that down, and why is this triple double plus 400 if you've done it more in the last 5 games? I'm thinking about that, and the 2 obvious spots, you know, sometimes you gotta keep it stupid, keep it simple, excuse me. Him and Jokic to both get triple double plus 1,000, like, that's worth a sprinkle, no?
Hold on, what? All right, never mind. Say less. I heard you.
I'm not just saying, sometimes I feel like this, right? Where, like, if they lose, you just gotta look at the results. Because if you have one center playing the Pistons, you know, and another center playing the Nets, you get triple double. So I thought, I don't know, I didn't lock it in. I just wanted to get some thoughts from you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk you. The only thing I tell you about, you know, maybe the reason why is because maybe the books, you know, not really looking at Sabonis. I feel like Sabonis fly underneath the radar when he's not at home. Like he went over his points, rebounds, and assists yesterday, and I don't think nobody mentioned his name on the spaces at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I couldn't talk you off. I know he played heavy minutes last night. That's the only thing that would concern me a little bit. I know he played like 40 plus minutes, but other than that, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't talk you off. He gonna be in there for sure. The offense runs through him. A lot of high, you know, pick and roll. You know, he's the ones finding the shooters. He's the best rebounder on the team. You know what I mean? I couldn't talk you off, sir. I can't. I like it, bro. I like it. Like it a lot. Absolutely, bro. Best of luck tonight. I hope you cash that. I might put a little, you know, I might or might not put a little something on them 2 triple doubles you talked about together. Don't think I could talk myself off of that if it's plus 1,000 odds. And I see plus 1,000 odds. My God. Jay, what's going on? Kick it back to you, and then I'm gonna give it to kick it to Cam, and we're gonna get up out of here. What up, Jay?
No, I just wanted to put some input on that because he had asked about the triple double or whatever for Sabonis. And I mean, this could. I know they don't look at numbers too much, when they're giving out lines or whatever. But on back-to-backs this season on the road, he's only been able to get double-digit assists one time, and that was against the Houston Rockets. But other than that, he's 4, 7, 7, and 4. That's on the road. But if you look at at home, it's 10, 8, 10, 2 and 5. So it seems like at home it's more so of a higher hit rate, but on the road it's more so he just scoring and rebounding. So not looking to, as far as on back-to-backs, not looking to assist as much. So, I mean, maybe that's why you're getting plus $400.
Well, yeah. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me, Jay. Appreciate you adding that, bro. I would agree. I would only be able to agree. So real quick, we got Brooke Lopez just got ruled out. Jaden Ivey just got ruled in. And I'm just looking at some things. So Drew Holiday double. Giannis double is minus 430. Drew Holiday double is plus 320. I don't know if he necessarily gonna need 10 assists, but I'm trying to figure out another double. Anyway, so what Stephen just said about Jokic double and Sabonis double is plus 1,000. If you add Jakob Poeltl, I'm sorry, they're triple doubles. So Jokic triple double, Sabonis triple double is plus 1,000 if you put those together. Jakob Poeltl, if you add his double, which is plus 105, I'm specifically looking at FanDuel right now. I didn't check this on any other books. Those three together, so those two triple doubles and Jakob Poeltl double plus 21.55. $100 better get you 21.50. $10 better get you $215.50. So I think that could be, not don't go crazy. Like I know people in here trying to, figure out how to pay for their college or something. Like just, just put a little coffee money on it or something. What's up, Prop?
Yeah, no, if you're looking for a double guy to throw in there, I'd suggest Claxton as well.
Oh, I forgot about Claxton. Yeah.
In that set of data that I gave you about those centers going over their PRAs 20 in a row, I think 10 of the last 13 got a double against the Kings. And I think Vooch got 14 boards yesterday, and Vooch is by no means a board getter, but 14 is impressive back-to-back as well. Again, might be a little tired on the glass, so Claxton might be a good look.
This is all true. Yeah. So you can't parlay multiples in the same game, but if you wanted to play, first of all, I think if you like these, you want to play all of them straight, first of all, because they're all plus money. Straight's always the best way to go. Jokic triple-double is plus 110. If you can play Jokic triple-double, you might as well play the triple-double with the win as well. Don't play the plain triple-double. Play the triple-double in the win for Jokic.
Similar to what Jay Jones is talking about with Sabonis on the road, Jokic is not as good with triple-doubles. Obviously, he's a walking triple-double, but his numbers are slightly lower on the road as well.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. I also just feel like these are all sprinkles. If you guys want to play them. But like I said, I think Jamal Murray has a breakout game. He hasn't played well. I talked about this at the beginning of the show. I think he is the one that comes out of the slump just based on how bad this Detroit Piston team is at stopping guards. Like you go check the box scores. All the point guards that they faced recently have almost had a double or triple-double, some kind of double. Because they just killing it. So I don't expect them to magically play better today. And Jamal Murray has been in a bad shooting slump recently. So I anticipate him to have a good game. It doesn't mean that Jokic can't get a triple-double still, but Jokic triple-double is plus 110. Sabonis triple-double is plus 400. Jakob Poeltl double-double is down to plus 100. And then Nicholas Claxton, that NBA prop just mentioned, is plus 135 as well. So pick your poison, put them together, play them straight, do whatever you want to do. None of his official play, but they all got a high probability. I feel like of cashing today for sure. Let me kick it to Cam. I know Cam been waiting for a minute. What up, Cam?
Bruh, I just switched phones and everything.
Hey,
I'm on conspiracy theory watch because the last 2 days I've had 2 good days, and I'm like, I was trying to share them, but you know what I'm saying? I was only able to get them through Frank, so respect to Frank for getting yesterday's up. Because both cashed, so I was happy about that. But yeah, let's get into it because I've done some research and I want to share with the people. Right now, so what I'm looking at today is, so you spoke about it kind of ad nauseum when it comes to Mikal Bridges, and that's one of my favorite plays today. He's just been kind of going crazy. Like he's averaging 28 points over the last 10 games. I think he's only not going over the prop line that I took at. It's over 26.5. He's only not gone over that twice in those 10 games. And
Halliburton just got ruled out. Just for people that looking at that game, that does not bode well for the Pacers and their playoff. Yeah, Halliburton just got ruled out. That is terrible, and he out at least 3 more games. How is it, bro? I'm sorry, but like, you know what? I'm not gonna go on a rant. But how is it that we wait all day for Tyrese Halliburton news for it to come out and say, oh yeah, he's not gonna play the next day, or the next day, or the next day either? Like, bro, the NBA got to do better. Yeah, they said the next 3. He's out for at least the next 3 games. But you tell us 30 minutes before today that today's game that he out for the next 3 games. Like that, like.
I gotta go pick up Nemhard and Fantasy straight up.
Yeah, do your thing. Buddy Hill in, Miles Turner in. This total should drop. If you guys want the total under, I would look towards the under in this one. That Pacers offenses, I expected to struggle without Halliburton today. They struggled the other day without Halliburton against the Pistons. So that total is probably going to drop significantly. It's at 238.5. I didn't play it, but that's the way I'm looking in that one. With knowing all the news now. No Brook Lopez on one side. Jay Crowder also out. I still expected the total to kind of drop. So that's the way I'd be looking in that game. That's crazy news though. But yeah, go ahead, Cam. I just want to say that.
Bridges to go over his points at 26.5. And the main reason is the same reason I played DeRozan yesterday. The Sacramento Kings are the worst team to guard in the small forward in the league. Plain and simple. And if you go back and look at all the small forwards they play, they torch them. And then you can be like, well, Macau plays the shooting guard sometimes. They're bottom 20 in that too, or something like that. I mean, they're the bottom in that league in that too. So for me, Macau Bridges over 26.5 outright. I got a bit late, so I only got it -110 and opened at almost plus money. My next play is the same thing. Macau Bridges. It's all Macau Bridges. I'm taking his threes, 3 plus 3, so over 2.5 threes, plus 100. Again, same reason. They've just been getting torched. They've been getting torched by all small forwards, and Macau Bridges is kind of on a different level right now. Again, averaging 28.5 over the last 10. He's had multiple 30-point games, so this is one of those places. If you like the ladder, this could be a ladder piece. And he's been hitting his points props. They keep moving up steadily, and I think this might be the last kick at it. Because once it starts getting to 28 and such, it's a little bit sketchy, but I'm happy at it with 26.5. So those are my 2 plays in that game. I'm on Pascal. I know he flopped last game. I was there. Alex, he was on Fred that game, but he's just not good. I cannot see his numbers dropped all the way to 20 through 2.5. I cannot see him not breaking out tonight. I just have this is a feeling play. Obviously, Raptors on my team. I just like the number 22.5. It's low. Like Pascal Siakam, he's still taking 20 shots a game, right? He's not taking the shots that just aren't falling. And it's not like he's taking bad shots. I think this is a breakout game for him, so I like to kind of watch that spot. Same way I took Fred last game, it was a breakout spot for him. I took him on 4 threes. By the way, I agree with everybody. I like Fred, but then the other thing does scare me a bit because Fred's an emotional player, which is why we torched Denver. Everybody was still pissed off about that loss. Fred's either going to go off tonight or he's gone in the first half. It's going to be one of the two. He's either going to go off. So if you're taking Fred, you're right. You take the 20, take the 25, or you take the 5 threes, you take the 4 threes, try and get the plus money off Fred, because Fred doesn't typically hover around his number. He crushes it, or he sucks.
Right.
One of the two.
Right, yeah.
It's fate feast or famine with him, so he's a really good player to try and get that big money out of.
Yeah.
So that's just something to speak on what you were saying, just to back that point up, because I like to pick a play to kind of, to tail every day somebody else's play, which was yesterday. It was NBA props and briefs, so I might just go 5 threes for Fred tonight and see what happens. My next official play is Jalen Williams. Same game, over 3.5 assists. The Raptors are 25th in the league at allowing assists, and we allow a lot of assists to that position. Jalen Williams is also he's been hitting. He only got 3 last game, but he's been in and around that number regardless. So over the last 10 where he missed 2 games, he's actually hit that every single game except 2. So for me, the 3.5 just makes sense against a team that allows a lot of assists. He is the secondary ball player, so like I like him to get his assist against the Raptors tonight. Typically, I like to key in and do a lot of research on games. I'm going to watch heavy in this game. I'm going to watch, so that's why I have so many plays in this game. Because my last one is going to be Pirtle. It's not the double-double. Which I'm wondering if I should take it, but I actually went the other route where I took his combined rebounds and assists. Pirtle gets a lot of assists, and his rebound prop was set at 10.5. His assist prop was set at 2.5. So I want to look at the combined, and I got it at over 13.5 combined. I'm
really like that for Pirtle because Oklahoma City is the worst team in the league at when it comes to rebounds allowed. So I do think Pirtle gets to 11, 12 rebounds. So if you don't want to do the combo, you could just take his over 10.5. I don't know if it's moved. But just for safety, I took the assists on top because Pirtle's a really good passer. He's been averaging about 3 to 4 assists with the Raptors. And if you, I'm just telling you from a guy who watches the team, a lot of our offense kind of runs through him as well. It's kind of crazy. He got 4 or 5 assists in the fourth quarter last game. That's it. He had foul trouble. So basically, we like to run a lot of high-low with him. He looks for the back cutters. He gets Fred on that open 3 a lot. So for me, I really like the over 13.5. It gives you a little bit of protection from the hook on the rebound goal. And it gives you that little extra cushion, I think, with that. So that's why I like that play as well. It's plus money. So those were my plays. A couple there. I kind of gave a lot tonight, but I did a lot of research. That's why I was like, fuck it, I need to get on because I did my research today and I want to share those plays. So.
Nah, I appreciate that, Ken. I appreciate it. I'm glad we kind of on the same wavelength with Fred VanVleet too. Like you said, he gonna go 10 for 19, and he might finish with 29, or he gonna go 3 for 13. You know what I mean? He just gonna keep chucking. So hopefully he keep chucking tonight. And like I said, OKC been giving it up to the guards, so it's a smaller play for me, man. Like I said, I didn't go crazy. I don't really like the slate as much as I did yesterday. But I do like your plays a lot. Cam, I'm gonna kick it to Frag real quick, and then before I close out, I want to touch on one game that I see on the board for tomorrow that I was already kind of eyeing and kind of let you guys know what I'm looking at in that game as well. So kick it to Frag, and then I'll close out and recap my best bets as well. What up, Frag?
Sorry, one thing.
Yeah, what's up, Cam?
One thing I had to mention, I completely forgot. Everybody who always says, and this is something I'm just gonna educate people on, when they're like, "Hey, yo, he's from Canada." These dudes aren't from Toronto. So they're not from Toronto. So yeah, they're from Canada, but this isn't their city. So as much as they're from Canada, doesn't necessarily mean they got that affinity and they're trying to show up for people that are in the stadium. So I just want to break that down for people.
Nah, I appreciate that. We need that from the we need that from the guy that's up there, Cam. I appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that. So what Cam's saying is take SGA under. It's like, nah, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that either. Frag, I want to kick it back to you. What up, Frag?
Yeah, man, Cam ain't lying, man. The last time I took somebody playing in their hometown was Killing Hayes, man, playing in Paris. Freaking bozo.
Hey, brother, the books got the world. I think Killian, when he went cross seas, he had to sign a contract with the books to say, hey, look, you can't do anything great.
They cleaned up that day.
Yes,
But,
sir.
With the news with the Pacers, I seen how Brook Lopez that got ruled out. I'm gonna be looking at TJ McConnell here. I think PRA for TJ McConnell is a good look here because Brook Lopez is gonna be out, so there's gonna be instances where it's just Giannis and then Giannis is out, so they're not gonna really have that best rim defending. So I think TJ McConnell PRA is a sneaky look if they release that. And then I seen Draymond just got teed up. He's done for Friday, so I'm taking Atlanta team total, man. First for the full game, man. It might be a trifecta. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey.
I'm smashing that first quarter, first half. I'm going official with that.
Hey, Frank.
I'm going with it.
Hey, Frank, that number gonna be so high, bro. I was just about to mention the same exact thing. I said it last night in the group chat, but I don't think I said it on the show. Hey, Frank, the number gonna be so high, bro, because what I'm looking at it right now. It looked like the number hasn't come out yet, but I'm seeing a 248, which is the highest total that I've seen. I think I've seen all year long. 248 points between Golden State and Atlanta tomorrow. And like you mentioned, this is the one game I wanted to talk about. Draymond has just been, he got teched up last night. 16th tech has not been rescinded by the NBA. So Golden State, we know that they can't stop a nosebleed. They get to go on the road and take on the Atlanta Hawks, which we know can score with the best of anybody, especially if the opposite team is not playing any defense. That total is at 248. And y'all know I typically look towards the under. I could only look towards the over in that game. Steph probably going to have 50. Trae Young probably going to have 13, 15 assists. It's going that game is going to be crazy in Atlanta tomorrow. On a Friday too, that's going to be crazy. Yeah, I gotta cap it a little bit more just to make sure neither team has like second leg of back-to-back or anything. But I'm with you, right? I'm looking like the total. So let me do the math real quick. If the total comes out at 248 and the spread is 3, then that's 124 piece, and then you add the half a point. So it looks like Atlanta team totals about 125.5 off the rip, and it's probably only gonna go up. Just so you guys know.
Bogdanovich, it could be a sneaky play. He just got paid, so he could come up fire.
Yeah, he could be Eric Gordon last night because they couldn't stop couldn't stop Eric Gordon last night. I stayed up and watched that game. Yeah, nah. Top sharp looks right there, Frank, for sure. I know the team total might be a little bit scary, 125, but Golden State can't stop a nosebleed with a beach towel right now, man. Best of luck to them, especially if they're gonna be on the road.
Or just take the quarters, man. I mean, if the spread is low, Atlanta can score, man. So hopefully just. And Draymond, he's not just defense; he's also offense. He's the head of the snake. So, I think it could be a good spot for Atlanta.
Steph points, Frank?
No, I'm saying if you're scared for the team totals for Atlanta, like the trifecta, it could be just a trifecta as far as the spread because Draymond affects the defense and the offense though, because he's getting people the good shots out there. So I think their offense could be, kind of hurting a little bit. No,
you're right. I mean, the spread opened at 1 in favor of Atlanta. It's already moved to 3, and now it's already moving to 3.5. It looked like it's only available on BetOnline and DraftKings right now. But I was talking about. I heard you, Fred. I'm talking about specific, like what we doing with Steph points tomorrow.
Oh, I'm taking it. I'm taking it to the bank. I mean, him on the road against this defense. I'm taking Steph. He paid me. I mean, even if it lose, he done already paid for lunch, dinner, breakfast, day. So I gotta take him.
Nah, I like it, Fred. Steph probably gonna be sitting at 30.5 off the rip tomorrow.
They're not hanging nothing under 30.
Yeah, he probably gonna be at 30.5, especially without Draymond. Maybe even 31.5. But I would only look towards the over, man. I know DeJounte's a good defender, but you can't do anything about Steph, man. You cannot do anything about Steph. Yeah, I mean, it should have had 60 if they was calling any kind of fouls. This dude was falling, getting tripped. Yeah, it was crazy. They ain't calling nothing. Refs had.
Have the worst whistle as far as like superstar. He might have one of the worst whistles as far as he don't get no calls.
None, bro. He didn't get none last night. Yeah. Yeah, the refs was they was Pirates last night. They had eye patches on both eyes, man. It was crazy last night. But yeah, Frank, I think that's a good breakdown of that game already. Tomorrow we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 8 games tomorrow. So big slate tomorrow. I'll be back in the morning to break down these games, give you guys my top looks. But that was a sneak peek. 7 a.m. Check me out. Cashed It with Chris on YouTube. And today I talked about best bets. Orlando Phoenix, probably my top look of the day. If you can get the 228.5, take the 228.5 to go under. If you want to ride with me on that one, that's the one I feel most confident in. But I also put a little something on Jakob double, and I played Fred VanVleet over his 20.5 points. The top looks that I feel like I heard in the space today, I really like, and he's been cashing lately too. I don't want to jinx nobody that's been giving out looks, but of course, Fred gave out the 23.5 points and rebounds for Jakob and I'm already on a double, so I need that. But my guy Finesse gave out Killian Hayes under 13.5 points. That's the only way I'd be able to look. We cashed on Killian Hayes last week, his under. MJC locks. I know Finesse mentioned Malik Monk over 1.5 threes. I didn't cap the player props in that game, but I would only be able to look towards the over on Malik Monk. I already talked about how bad Brooklyn is defending the 3. Now you get them first game back home on the road, off the road trip. So Malik Monk should go over his 1.5 threes. I like that look a lot. If you want to ladder him, I couldn't talk anybody off. And then Cam gave out Bridges, man. I talked about Bridges, but I just didn't play it. That's the one player prop that I didn't get to. Bridges been going bananas. Cam gave out excellent analysis. I talked about it earlier as well. His three's only sitting at 2.5. The Kings, one of the worst defensive teams against the 3-point line. Both of these teams, one of the worst against the 3-point line. You guys probably gonna see some kind of ticket on, Dahmers or Action Network where somebody's parlay, 2 players to hit 6 threes or something in this game because this is gonna be a 3-point fiasco tonight. I think it's a lot of points scored in this game. So those will be the top looks for the day. Hit the like button for me if you guys can as well. Let's see. One more thing. M. Bullock said today is Embiid's birthday. Harden and the squad going to go ham tonight. They may be sluggish tomorrow versus the Hornets. Let's see. Do they play the Hornets tomorrow? They don't play Hornets tomorrow. I don't see that. Yeah, they do. 7-10 in Charlotte. Oh, damn. I could go to that game. Nah, I ain't gonna take it. Yeah, I can't look towards Charlotte though. Charlotte's terrible, and I don't think they care no more. They just got smacked up against Cleveland. So yeah, they can't stop anybody. James Harden might have 15 assists in that game, even if he's drunk. So that's the show for today. Like I said, I'll be back in the morning. Y'all check me out on YouTube in the morning, man. Catch it with Chris at 7 a.m. I'm live in the morning. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Let's cash some tickets, man. I'm out.